at the art club. Hip hip hooray. Another chance to be yourself, to kill the evil within, to blind the bastards who keep holding you back, letting you find yourself again. Over the mountains and under the sea, it's only you that's left of me, and I'm okay for now, as long as you're around. All right. My name's Story Grub Club. Story Art Club. Story Grub. And this is Art Club. I'm just gonna draw something. I thought I might. Here we go. That's better. I thought I might start with a little circle. And then something right there. And maybe just some eyes. And then just a little bit of a nose. Some kind of eyebrow. And then an underbrow, a cheek brow, right there. Maybe a cheek brow. Little, oh, it's really small. That's very small. I don't know if I can get any closer. I'm like 2 inches away and it still looks really small. Let me turn off my Wi-Fi. Oh, it's off. Okay, I think we're good. Let's see if I can do this. There we go. Oh, fucking cockroaches are getting huge. That one was the size of a snapping turtle. Whew. Cockroaches. I'm a pesticide-free household, so the cockroaches grow to be actually pretty large, the size of Volkswagens. But they make for some good eating during the winter. When they said make America great again, I didn't realize we'd be eating cockroaches again, but hey, here we are. I'm here for it. Happy Thursday, everybody. Happy goddamn Thursday. And good goddamn morning to you. And yours. Why is there such a shadow? Is that... It's still there, but it's okay. That way it looks deep. Don't know what I was planning this morning. Something fierce. Maybe even a little more ancient than I was expecting. But that's okay. Life. Life is something that happens when no one's looking. So you best be using your peripherals today, out there. Don't get lost in the schmuck. Just quack like a duck and everything will be just fine. That's what I do. You walk around, quack like a duck, and people get out of your way. It's the easiest way to live, I tell you. Oh gosh, what I didn't mean to drink that. Whatever that was, I did not mean to drink that. That was not a beverage that was fresh, nor was it mine to take. And whoever's house this is, they're going to find out. Then they're going to have my DNA, and I am terrified. I don't want to go back to prison. I don't want trouble, but somehow trouble keeps finding me, right? Okay. Let's stop talking like that. Nobody likes that. I don't think anybody's ever come on here and been like, oh, I really, really like your different voices and accents. It's just not a thing that happens. You have to get famous in Moscow before those kinds of things can really happen. Let me just take over. Famous in Moscow. I wrote that song back in 1933. Famous in Moscow, killing left and right. Wait, killing left and right. That's right. Kill all my political rivals. I love Moscow, the Tsar is dead. Here comes the future. Hallelujah, amen. I love Russia. Hello, Nanashi. Well, you're not alone now. Not for the next 2 minutes. Thank you for the wonderful wishes. Same to you, and same to yours. I like to think that you're out there somewhere, heading to a great garden, with wonderful trees to climb in and fruit to feed on, for nourishment and brain matter. Brain knowledge, whatever. I like to think of the brain as a sponge. You can squeeze it as hard as you want, and all the blood will come right out. But with the blood comes the ideas. Now, if you're going to have great ideas, you've got to keep that blood inside the brain. And Nanashi, I know you understand this. And I know that's why you really wrote me this morning. For brain nourishment, brain knowledge, and brain future. Hello, Team Quack. I was just talking about you. We were talking about who's the biggest smarty pants in the room. And here you come. You finished our sentence for us. What the hell? I decided I'd wake up today and I would make some art. Is that what you call it? Oh, shit. Is that what the kids call it? I have a horse and it has colic. I don't know what else to call it besides colic. My horse. Yeah, what about your horse? My horse has got colic. It's got what? Colic. Why are you saying it like that? Because that's the word. Colic. It's a strange word, mate. Strange word. Well, it's a strange world, buckaroo. Why are you doing that little click? I can't help it. It's a nervous click. Now you've got an accent. Now I'm talking like you. Where are you from? Where are you from? Who are you? Who are we? Right. It's too early for that. Let's just let bygones be bygones. Agree or disagree. Fair enough. Thank you. Anyways, yeah, that's what's going on around here. Let's do a little thing like this. The other day, somebody asked me why my drawing was so demonic, and I said because I wanted it to be that way. And then we had a good laugh, and he denounced Satan, and I became a Catholic priest. It was it was weird how we zigged and he zagged. It was just like, holy moly. Oh, the future is looking bright. Oh, this coffee tastes like shit. But I have shitty taste buds. I don't know what I expect. I'm very Caucasian. We have good taste, but our taste buds are shy. It's actually a song I wrote the other day. Taste buds, shot, talking like this every night, taste my butt, something like that. It was like, it's one I want for Christmas. I stand by it. I will die by them words. Whatever the hell I was saying, I'll stand by them and I will die by them. I will stand by me craft. Not my spacecraft or anything, but my craft, my art. I will die by it. Very near, anyways. Very near, like at least 2 or 3 feet away. Right by it. Probably under it. I'll probably get crushed by it. There was an artist, a sculptor, a great man a long time ago. Very recent, actually. In the early 2000s. He was commissioned to make a big old meaty, evil looking. Actually, he was commissioned to make to do something outside the Denver airport. I don't know, or not out. Yeah, I guess it is outside. They were asking him to make some maybe a horse. I think was the idea, but then he ended up making this crazy ass. I've seen it too, and it is insane how evil that thing looks. If you Google like the horse Bronco at the Denver airport, you'll see what I'm talking about. Its eyes are like on fire and shit. But the craziest thing about it, I was getting ready to make a joke about your art falling on you. The artist who made that, the sculptor, he was finishing it, and the leg, a piece of it's all metal, and he welded it all. It's all bolts and welded and whatever. But a big ass chunk of the leg, which is all steel or whatever it is, not steel, maybe it is steel. I don't know. Um, it came off and it sliced him in his ephemeral. I think it's the artery in your leg. Is that the ephemeral artery? Or whatever. But yeah, it's like the big old vein in your leg where if it gets severed, you have like minutes to get somewhere before you bleed out. It's ugh. It's like that'd be a horrible way to die. But his freaking art came down off the leg, a big old chunk of metal, and sliced him in the leg and killed him. He was dead within minutes. I always thought that was. I mean, if I'm gonna go, which I am gonna go, it's insane. Like we all know we're gonna go, and we still just play like weird little humanoid, trivial, petty games all day long because we're so stupid and tribal and brilliant and horrible. Terrifying and beautiful. That's us in a nutshell. But if I'm gonna go, I want my art to kill me. That's all I'm trying to say. Or maybe just some guy named Arthur, Art, who goes by Art. That way, at least in the papers, it'll say Art killed the artist. They don't have to be specific. It'd be a lot cooler that way. Hello, Tuku. Abstract makes it easy. Are you saying that abstract is easy? Because I'm right there with you. I absolutely agree with you. 1000%. That's why I only do abstract. Because it's so bloody easy. And very bloody. I mean, I fought in all the wars so I could make bloody art. And that's why there's world peace. I've heard people say that about art, that abstract is easy. And I actually have to disagree. I was just kidding about agreeing with you. I was just being, uh, agreeable. But now I'm being disagreeable. Because people have been saying that for decades when they look at abstract art, like anybody could do it. A kid could do it. And that may be true. But if you know anything about abstract art, well, you should know anyways, that people who started making abstract art were inspired by children or people that were like locked in mental asylums and things like that. And it was these people who had this prolific love and passion for art who were just like either children or just locked away, or they were like, some people have seizures or have strokes or something, and it changes their brain, and they start using different parts of their brain, and all of a sudden they're just pouring out music or art or whatever it is, um this, like, it just sparks this thing inside of us. That's, I think everybody has it to some degree, but it's also a wholly unique experience for each artist. Like, sure, maybe if you're looking at a kid's art, I look at children's art and I'm flabbergasted by it because of how creative they are and the perspectives that they put into it. And like, it looks easy, but it comes from a place, from some other place that they're tapping into, that when they get older, they could still tap into if that's not beat out of them by the system and this corrupt ass, greedy ass world that surrounds us, telling us that we're bad, yet demands everything from us at the same time. I don't know. That's just my thoughts. Sometimes it is easy, and like I've said many times in this channel, artists and creatives can tap into something that's already existing. So once you can find out where that is and how to tap into it, sure, it can be easy. But until you can do that, you're shit. I mean, shit. That's all I'm saying. Because I can't draw as great as a child can. I can't create a piece of art as good as a child, in my opinion. Because I look at art differently. I don't look at it like it's some competition, like it's hard or easy, or if it's like, challenging or good or bad or anything. I look at every artist as an individual, and with something that they, a wholly unique experience that they bring to the table, to the art discussion, to the art world, whether we like it or not, whether we know it or not. It's like the butterfly effect, but in the art world. There's somebody out there who inspired some artist who, let's look at rock and roll or something like that. Just these lowly old poor blues musicians who play with spoons and, the wires from a screen door as guitar strings, and they make some of the best music you'd ever hear, and they inspired some of the best musics or musicians who ever existed. It didn't come easy, but there is a pattern, and you can tap into it. But it's not easy to tap into. Maybe. You never made me blue. Well, I can do that right now if you want. I'm a very forgetful person. Otuku Cucker. I like your name too. It's kind of funny. Let's see. All right. How about them apples? What do y'all think it should be? Somebody's going to be like, draw me a hamster. It's like, I don't even know what you look like. How would I draw you as a hamster? What? People are so creative. I'm going to draw some kind of arm right here, holding something right there. See this guy? LOL. Excuse me while I blew this guy. Whoa. Blue as in, y'all know what I mean, right? Blue as in making him like a moderator. Whoa. And then I'll have this coming down like that. He was holding on to it the whole time. I have a big art show in like 2 days on Saturday night here at this. I'm doing a solo show at a gallery downtown, and I'm so freaking nervous. I'm like, I really don't want to go. Isn't it enough that my art is there? Can't I just be like, I'll just like, zoom in or something like that, on this big screen. I'll be like, thank you everybody for coming. I'm happy I didn't. Now that I'm looking at the crowd, I would have been a complete wreck. And I probably would have started drinking alcohol again, instead of this shite non-alcoholic beer that I'm drinking now at home. Thank you for the reminder. Good night. Goodbye. Bye, Samart. Thank you. Bye bye. I'm horrible in those situations. I'm either like overly talkative and like when I'm nervous, I talk a lot. Or when I'm like live streaming or something, I tend to talk a lot. When I'm sleeping, when I'm eating, when I'm in the shower, I talk a lot. What else? Pretty much I talk a lot. That's all I tend to talk a lot in general and out of general. Well, all that stuff, you know. Talk, just talk. Keep on talking. Hello, Johan, or is it Johan? I'm gonna call you Johan because I think I was right the first time. Now I'm embarrassed. Didn't mean to hurt you. I'm not here to hurt anybody. I'm here to heal the wounds and bend the spoons. Heal the wound. That's a good one. Heal the wounds and bend the spoons. All right, darling. It's you and me. You ready? Oh yeah, I'm ready, Daddy. All right, let's do this. We've gotta heal the wounds and bend the spoons. We've gotta heal the wounds and bend the spoons. We've gotta heal the wounds and bend the spoons. Just you and me, baby. You and me, Daddy. All right. I love being married to you. I love being married to you. Oh yeah. Lord, right. That was a little dabble, do you? By the Christian Flintstones. Christian Flintstones band. Talk about rock and roll. Flintstones, they had it right the first time. There ain't no ifs, there ain't no buts, and there ain't no ifs about it. And they just didn't give an F. That's what America's all about. From the Stone Age. The Rock Age, whatever. That's what this age is. You clock into Art Club with Story Grub, and you're going to be clocking into the Rock Age. Some kind of weird dimension. Gives you nosebleeds. Makes your brain burst a bit, but I think that's all right. As long as you can handle the trip, I'll offer the ride. Does anybody have an inhaler? Thank you, Ben. I've been working on this, as you know, for 17 years. Wait, I'm sorry, 23 minutes. My bad. And as you also know, I lie like a bloody rug that you need to cut out, bleach the hardwood floor underneath, get rid of all the cushioning, get rid of the rug, get it out of the car, and into a hole in the ground where you then burn it, then bury it. Everybody knows that. Thank you, Ben. Thank you for reminding me. Hey, Mother. Yeah? Would you please go and check the car? Make sure there's no blood in there. Yes. Thank you. What a bloody great morning it's going to be. Another day to be alive. Life is like a box of diabetes. You never know if you're going to be able to afford the insulin. All right. Madison? Hey! And Johan, the W. I absolutely agree. Capital W at that. I mean, I'm right there with you. What am I making? I'm making a greeting card. It's for a little demon spawn child I know down the street named Jebediah. Doesn't make any sense because with a name like that, you'd think that he'd be holy, but he's not. He's holy demonic. Holy with a W. I think that's what Johan meant. Johan. Sorry. It's like Johan Solo, right? The badass version from an alternate reality. Who shot first, Guido or Han? I don't know. You be the judge. I'm just here to watch. Some of us listen, some of us judge, most of us watch. and you can call me Cassio. I'm ready to watch. I'm a digital little bitch sitting over here waiting for my cue. Here we go. Could I incorporate a wolf head into my art? Well, sure. Give me about 20 years and I'll learn how to draw one. It's been a long time. It's been quite a long time. Let's see. A wolf head? I could probably try. It looks like an owl on the left. So fascinating. I'm assuming this is what you all sound like. I assume Ben sounds like this. Like that. Ogspook sounds like this. It looks like an owl on the left. So fascinating. And then again, Ben, I guess that was a similar voice, but you would sound more like this. Could you incorporate a wolf head in your art? Like that. And then, Madison, you would sound like this. What are you making? And then the one on top, it would be, hi. Johan, you all just sound so badass to me. Just in my head. I mean, it's all the same fucking voice, but... And the accents keep changing no matter who you are and where you come from. Isn't that weird? Isn't that weird? I like pronouncing weird as in wired. Or weird. And people really look at you like you're weird. Any questions? You're Australian? I love Austria. Good day, mate. God, it's probably just such a tired joke, that one. Well then. Because I think the girl in Dumb and Dumber was from Austria. She's like, Austria. And he's like, well then, good day. Now, I have a lot of friends from Australia that watch my channel. They know the what for. I think you've been here before, Ben, haven't you? You seem familiar. Let's see. Where's the owl? Let me see if I can find it. I love owls. They always like work their way into my pieces anyways. And elephants, horses, and a few wolves to boot. Or wolves in boots, kind of like Puss in Boots. But I would change the story. I would change it to Piss in Boots. Because if I ever saw a wolf in the wild, I would be pissing in me boots. That's dirty. I'm lo siento. How long have I been working on this? For 28 minutes. It was a long 28 minutes ago. I was younger. Everybody was doing it. I'm not ashamed anymore. I'm going to write a horror movie called 28 Minutes Later. 28 minutes ago, I was alive. And now I'm a zombie, apparently. Infected. Right. Infected. Ages. It depends on how you pronounce ages. I pronounce it ages. Ages. And then people look at me like I'm some kind of moron. But they say, no. I am not a Mormon. I'm a Mormon. Wait. Oh shit, I didn't realize I was doing that. I was gonna make a joke about Zoolander and like the merman. But I'm like, no, I'm not a Mormon. I'm a Mormon. I guess the joke still works if you connect. Mormon is spelled with an O-N anyways. I thought about doing stand-up comedy the other day, but I'm so lazy. I would rather just sit the whole time. Plus, you have to be able to, if you're going to stand there and do comedy, you got to be doing something worth it. And I think, well, my shit's not that funny. oh. But I could sit there and draw and make fun of myself. And then people might laugh, or they might shit their pants. Whichever comes first. I mean, the chicken or the shit. Which came first, darling? The chicken or the shit? Definitely the shit. I mean, that's where we came from. We came from the Earth. The Earth is shit. It's just a bunch of shit. Space shit and stuff. We're all just made up a bunch of cosmic stardust shit. Bunch of shitty contrarians, man. I'm not. Yeah, you are. No, I'm not. You're doing it right now. No, I'm not. Okay, stop it. Sometimes the other voices are far too loud. And annoying. No, I'm not. See, you... God damn it. You got me. He really knows how to press my buttons. I only have one. It's an on switch. It's a trigger. He really knows how to twitch my trigger. I could say really mean things about him, but he's in the room right now, and I usually only talk about people when they've just left, and the hatred is still fresh on my mind. That's when the hate is at its purest, when they've just left. Can you leave the room, please? I want to talk shit. I can't do it with you right there, you bloody bubble. Oh gosh, I'm not sure what's happening. I think I'm drawing some kind of a jaw. It's jaw. If I was in a kitchen, it would be raw. But if it's raw, I don't want to be raw. It's love, Harry. It's love. Love is raw. Somebody needs to tell Gordon that before it's too late. Anybody? Excuse me. Hello, Joe. Good afternoon. What kind of afternoon is it for you, Joe? What's today? Well, let's see. Lunes is Monday. Let's go through the week together, and I'll teach you how to say the days of the week in Spanish through song. Let's try it. Let's do Monday. Lunes. All right? Everybody say it. Lunes. Lunes. All right? Kind of like Luna, right? There's these root letters and root symbols and root words that you got to look for in every kind of word, spanned across every single kind of language out in the well, not the cosmos necessarily. I'm sure it's the same way out there just as much as, but let's focus on Earth. Okay, let's focus on the here and now. Literally here. Listen to me. Okay, listen. Lunes. Okay, then you go lunes, martes, miércoles, jueves, viernes, sábado, domingo, Sunday. All right. Let's try it one more time. Lunes, martes. Martes is Tuesday. Okay. Don't forget to really get cocky with the pronunciation. Martes. Martes! Like it's the last thing you're ever gonna say. Miércoles is my favorite because not only is Wednesday my favorite day of the week, but it just sounds freaking cool. It sounds marvelous. It sounds miraculous even. Okay, let's try it one more time. Miércoles. Miércoles. Right? Like you're yelling at somebody about it. Like, and they're like, no, they're like, it's Tuesday. I'm pretty sure no, it's miércoles. You let them have it. And once you learn some naughty words in Spanish, then you can really go to town and paint the town red. But then, okay, miércoles, and then jueves is Thursday. Jueves, yeah. Jueves is Thursday. It's Jueves. All right? But the J is usually silent. So it's jueves. All right? Jueves. All right? You really got to get sloppy, greedy, fucked up with it. You know, jueves. You got to feel it in your guts. You got to make sure... Like you got to rip the stomach lining and the guts got to come out like a hernia. Just jueves. All right? It's a reaction. It's a reaction to the day. You just realized it's Thursday. Jueves! All right? And then, of course, viernes is just Friday. Viernes. That's Friday. And everybody knows sábado. But the B in Espanol is pronounced more as a V. So sábado. But not like so obvious like that. That was very Caucasian of me. Caucasian. Has anybody ever been to the Caucasus Mountains? apparently where the first white man was spat out from the underground, from the underworld. The hollow underworld on the flat Earth. You can't have one without the other. I mean, the Earth. It's obvious that the Earth is flat, but it's hollow, but only to a certain footage. I would say it's 2 foot hollow. But there's a lot going on in that hollowness. I'll tell you that much. I gotta drink some coffee really quick. I gotta hold on. Oh, that's better. All right. Can't be. And then of course sábado, yeah, sábado. Sábado. I don't know if it's like really V. Some words are like V. Cerrado, closed. You gotta roll those R's. All right, domingo is obviously Sunday, so I'm winding down. I got really tuckered out there. I got really excited. Lunes, martes, miércoles, jueves, viernes, sábado, domingo. I learned that when I was in the 2nd grade. I went to a little teeny school up in Northern California, back then it was in the middle of nowhere. But a lot of the families out there were migrant workers and stuff, and so I was, there was a lot of white kids, but there was a lot of Mexican kids and a few black kids too in the town that I was in. And I didn't even, everything was just growing up in California. Then I moved to Davis right after that, after my parents divorced. And Davis is closer to San Francisco, so there's even more like Asian people and more black kids and all sorts of stuff and different people. And I didn't even like fucking think twice about it. And then of course later on, a few years later, I moved back up to Northern California into a sort of more in this area where it was more like ranchers and farmers, and they were mostly white. And the school I went to was really small. And there was only, when I was a 5th grader, I went there and I think there was only 7 of us. There's only 7 5th graders. There was like 7 kids in my class. And in every other class, they had like around 20 something, But we had to split. We had to like join classes with whatever grades we were with because we were too small of a class. It's funny. When we graduated in the 8th grade, I think there was 9 of us. We were like one of the smallest classes they ever had at that school. But that school was kind of diverse, but there was just that was the first time I'd ever heard white kids using the N-word when they were referring to like this black family that moved in and their kids started going to school there. And I was just like, what the hell? Like, it didn't sit right with me, but a lot of people used that word back then just like they used gay. A lot, like everything was gay in like that 90s and the 80s and stuff. And it was a really kind of a harsh time. I'm sure that stuff is still being said, obviously, but there's more of a, taboo thing about it. Obviously, you don't say the N-word. Most white people don't say that, obviously, for the right reasons. But back then, it was just used kind of casually. Here, today, it's more like a shock value thing, or like through the ancient way of just trying to show you're superior over somebody by showing how awful you can be. I don't understand that, how inhuman you can be by calling somebody a like derogatory term. I've never understood that. Like even saying something like using gay is like a negative. It's like, what is that? Huh? It only shows your weakness. I don't know. Like to do that to other people. I don't know. But I forgot what I was talking about anyways. Small school out in the country. And so, yeah, also that was interesting too, because there was only like one other kid in the entire school that doodled. And of course, even in the 5th grade, I'm already making my own comic books, like full-length comic books, and I had 100 different characters I would throw into them, and storylines and offshoots of comic books. And by the time I was in the 8th grade, I had done like 100 different comic books or something like that. I was a crazy freaking little kid. And they tried everything they could just get me to stop drawing and start paying attention. I was like, hell no. Let's see, do I remember battery is 1% if I leave? I'm sorry, your battery's running out. I remember you. It's been a bit. It's a good tattoo. Thank you, sir. I gotta be quiet. Okay, I caught up, I think. I'm missing messages. I'm missing time. Pokemon, what did you do? Did you take me up in a spaceship? Why am I missing time? I miss time so damn much. Where I live, there's no time. I'm missing time so much. That's an alien joke. It's an abduction joke. Me. I do. I remember finding you in a bundle of fallen leaves near the interstate. I picked you up and I held you up to the sun to make sure you were real. And you were. You were the best goddamn Pokemon card that I'd ever seen in my life. And I'm not ashamed to admit it. You're using your TV? Jesus, I'm flattered. You're gonna devote an entire TV to my ass? Or my art. My arse. This is cool art. Do you have a store? I don't really have a store. If I did, I would call it the story. The story. It would be a play on words with my name, probably. Or I would just call it stories. The story store, or a sorry state of a storing stuff. All sorts of stuff you can call it. But no, I don't have a store. I do, however, have a pigeon. Her name is Sally. I have 3 pigeons. One is Sally, one's Jesse, and the other one's Raphael. They are ninja pigeons. I came up with the concept after I absolutely fell in love with the idea the realistic documentary that I saw about these Ninja Turtles that lived in the sewers in New York City. I could not believe my freaking eyes. Have you guys heard of this? They're real. They're everywhere. And they're everywhere that I want to be. Because I'm nowhere. I'm getting there fast. I think. I hope. I pray. Like MC Hammer, I pray. I think my cat is eating plastic. Let's see. I just got back on Instagram. So I mean, I could always like send stuff. I need to make a store of some kind. I'm just really bad about that kind of stuff. I do have shirts and things, but like, and prints. I have a lot of prints of my work. Here. I'll show you one. Hold on, I'm walking 3 feet away. I'll be right back. Hold on. I'm coming back. Here I come. I'm gonna sit down now. Okay. So this is one of my prints. Oh, you can't really see it very well, but there's a glare. This is a print from a drawing that's like, oh, you can't really see it. God, man. I don't know if it's very clear or not, but it looks all fuzzy on here. Last year I did a series of illustrations, like a bunch of big ones. The original is like 19 by 24 inches. And this is just one that I did. There's this building in Portland that I based this off of. But I mean, if you found me on Instagram and messaged me or something, I could, you know, send you some prints or send you some gold. I'll send you my pigeon. How about that? I'll just attach some money to my pigeon's foot. Give me your address. She'll be there 20 minutes. Anywhere in the world. 20 minutes. It's a freaking magic bird that I have. But yeah, this one's pretty interesting. There's a lot going on. But this is usually the kind of stuff that I want to do that I haven't been able to do live because there's a lot of, I have to really be able to concentrate and be uninterrupted. When I'm drawing live, I tend to do like the more abstract stuff because I don't have to think about it too much because I'm trying to talk as well and be goofy or whatever. Because if I was working on something like this, I would just have to like be in the zone and just be left alone and not talk. And I don't think people would want to watch the live streams very much if I didn't talk. Everybody always asks me to do a dragon. Well, there's your dragon. It's Smaug. It says you can't defeat the dragon. You must eat the dragon. It says that upside down right there. You must eat the dragon. And there's an elevator. And it goes up and there's some dude standing in the elevator. Gosh. Yeah, it just won't focus. I don't remember which one that was. There was this one. I was working on this one yesterday. I could still keep going with it too, you know, but I like sometimes when they're unfinished. Just makes them, because you can kind of see where it's going, or sometimes it's even interesting too, because when you leave it open like that, it looks like that could be an eye, you know, an eye area and another eye maybe. So, which would make, if there were two big eyes right here facing this way or looking out this way, that could be like the back of the head, you know. And there could be an ear, like a big ear in here somewhere maybe. But, I don't know. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it does actually. But, yeah, so I also did a really big one. I could show you really quick, and then I think I'm gonna go. But this is one that I did live, and I just finished this one. You're not gonna be able to see everything, obviously, but you get the idea. So this is a 19 by 20, 24-inch piece of paper. And, you know, they start like this. Like, obviously, this isn't the same size paper, but, you know, they'll always sort of start like this. Or I'll do circles. I'll draw them, like, in different parts of the paper. And then slowly the whole thing will just start, like, coming together, you know? But so it'll start like this, and then it'll turn into something like this, you know? Or at least that's the idea. That's the hope. Just a world of stuff going on. Everywhere. Because I was just going to leave something in the middle. There we go. Sort of. And just white around it, like have some kind of white border around it like I usually do, but this time I just wanted to go all the way to the edges. Just to see what it would look like. And that's what it looks like. I have these big old clipboards. Yeah, this drawing or whatever is from the same tablet, the same paper tablet or the pad as this one. So the original of this one is actually this big. It's just massive. But when they're shrunk down like this, because I got them scanned, and then you can shrink them down to 11 by 17, and they look like, I like them shrunken down a little bit because it makes the lines and everything look so much tighter, and but they still retain a lot of their, pretty much 100% of the detail, even in the big ones. But it's best to leave as much white as possible because the dark stuff, you know, gets to be, when you're doing prints, they just doesn't look so good. So it's best to, you got to even it out, you know. Like this one is pretty even. There's no like huge dark spots like in this one, for example, like that. Just a drawing fool. Mostly a fool. I'm not sure what that is. Is that a Harry Twinkle song? I'm not sure. But I'm gonna head out now. It was good to see you again, Pokemon. And I hope you all have a wonderful afternoon. I'll probably come back on later at some point. And that's all. Y'all be careful out there. Y'all be safe. Y'all be happy. Spread some joy. Thank you for everything. Thank you for the company.